Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of the Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there. And we're doing another, side camp deal, and we're just gonna, go through the spirit. And you had this one Jake. He was, mentally handicapped, as they say, but he believed, man. Okay. And one thing that he asked, Brother Batak and myself was, he asked about his condition, like, what's gonna happen to me, pretty much. And we were telling him, look, man, don't worry about it. The Lord's gonna heal us. And I mentioned that, look, every single one of us is going through something, okay? Certain brothers have intense back pains. All right, like even for myself, I would be considered to have leprosy, bro. All right, just being straight up. All right, but in the kingdom, that's gonna change. I'm not gonna have this anymore. All right, other brothers, you got elderly brothers in our camp, man. That they got all sorts of issues going on.
That's right.
Okay, so look, when the Lord comes back, He's gonna heal us, man. Okay, whatever condition that we have, man, it's gonna be completely eliminated. All right, so that's something to look forward to. All right, that's something to look forward to, that our vile bodies are going to be changed, and maybe we can get that or whatever.
Yeah, I got you right here. This is the book of Philippians, chapter 3, and verse 20. For our conversation is in heaven.
That conversation goes into your citizenship. It's not the same as the other Greek word for conversation, which is anastrophe, which goes into your conduct. It's not that. That one is talking about your citizenship.
That's right.
Okay? I forgot the exact Greek word.
Yeah,
Let me just get it real quick. All right, come.
This word is G4175, halityama.
Yeah, which almost sounds like politics.
That's right.
Or like a political, background, okay?
That's right. It says the administration of civil affairs or of a commonwealth, the constitution of a commonwealth, from form of government and laws by which it is administered, a state, a commonwealth, the commonwealth of citizens.
Commonwealth of citizens. So basically your citizenship, because that's basically what a commonwealth goes into, all right?
That's right.
Because in order to be a part of a commonwealth, you have to have what? Citizenship, okay, in that said organization or family, whatever you want to call it.
That's right.
All right? So like I said, that conversation goes into our citizenship, all right? So read it one more time.
For our conversation is in heaven.
It's in heaven, okay?
From whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
Yes. And we know that what? As it says in Matthew 1 and 21, that the Lord is going to save whom? His people. That's why we're looking for Yahweh Shai. Because hey, we're all Israelites and we need salvation. We need help, man. All right, okay? So hey, we're looking for our Savior. Because we can't save ourselves. Hey, brothers can't save us. Hey, the scriptures say what? In Deuteronomy 28 chapter, no man shall buy thee, meaning redeem you.
Right.
The only one that can redeem us is Yahweh Shai. And remember, He's not coming back as a man, as it says in the book of Isaiah.
Right.
Okay? He's coming back in his angelic, in his power, basically.
That's right.
Okay?
Verse 21. Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto His glorious body.
Exactly. Our vile bodies are going to be changed like His glorious body. All right? And you see, Yahweh Shai, he's in this angelic form right now, so to speak, All right? He's got that super body, for lack of words.
That's right.
Okay? And we're going to get the same thing. And the scriptures talk about how we're going to be changing the twinkling of an eye. And it says as well in that same chapter, if we can get that 1 Corinthians 15. Well, get the part where it says that incorruption can't inherit. It's like corruption can't inherit incorruption. We have to be changed, man. We got to get rid of this, man, this current flesh, in order to obtain, the things to come.
That's right.
All right. With that being said, that means we're going to be what? Healed, changed, transformed.
That's right.
All right.
According to the working whereby He is able to even subdue all things unto Himself. And that means that it's going to be not only new bodies that we get, but it's going to come with a set of abilities. The ability to command the elements, the ability to deal with these animals on a level where, like how you would deal with a person, is being being able to command them and not have to worry about it. You know, not being able to sin and go off. That's not going to be a part of our program. And it's like, you know, brothers always talk about how Esau uses the scriptures when he creates his tales or the new mythology, which is these superheroes and shit. They got a specific set of superheroes in the Marvel. They call the Inhumans, and basically they a separate race of people. They still quote unquote humanoids, but they separate from regular humans. They live separately. They got their own city. They got their own government. They don't deal the way humans. Like, they don't deal with the world government like that. And the breakdown for them is that they born as regular people when they born, but they got a process that they go through when they reach a certain age called the Terrigen Mist, where basically they get put into a chamber, and this natural shit that they inherited put a mist on them, and it awakened dormant abilities that's in them. So everybody's power is different when they go through this process. And that's where they got this from. This is from the scriptures. When the Lord changes us, we're going to go through a particular process, and as soon as we go through that process, now we're going to come back with a new body, with new abilities, and we're going to be able to be on a different level than these humans, man. Because the Lord separated us and created us to be above all these people, man. We're not supposed to be among these heathens, man, dealing like they deal. We here now to learn a lesson, but the end goal is not for us to be dealing with these heathens like this forever, man.
Don, can you get that 1 Corinthians 15? Can you start at 47? I mean, this whole thing is heavy, but maybe we'll be going through the end of the whole chapter pretty much. Just start at like round about. Come on, so like start at 46. Oh. 45.
All right, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 45. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul. The last Adam was made a quickening spirit.
All right, and that first Adam is talking about the literal Adam, all right, that we read about in Genesis, okay? And that last Adam is talking about Yahushua, okay? He's that last Adam. He became what? A quickening spirit, okay? You know, because basically Yahushua, he was taken from that corruptible flesh, and he was changed into basically, for lack of words, you know, like an angel, man.
That's right.
A real power.
That's right.
You see, you know, because after he was, he died and was resurrected, right? You know, he came back and he wasn't the same. And then he ended up going into the heavens as well, man.
That's right.
You know, sitting at the right hand of the Father. Okay.
That's right. And if I may, real quick, you know, even prior to Yahushua dying and becoming this quickening spirit, like the scripture said, just to be clear, he did have abilities and powers and was able to work miracles on the earth even when he walked as a man. And a portion of the hopeful elect are also going to receive those blessings and those spiritual powers in the time of Jacob's trouble in order to ensure our survival, etc., etc. Just to put that out there.
Hey, this is 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 46. Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural.
It's natural. Keep going.
And afterward, that which is spiritual.
Keep going.
The first man is of the earth, earthy. The second man is the Lord from heaven.
Keep going.
As is the earthy, such are they also that are earthy.
Exactly, okay? And look, even us, man, we're still battling this flesh.
That's right.
Hey, we still do, carnal things that we mess up. We stumble and fall, man.
That's right.
This is why we need a Savior, so then we can really be on a high spiritual level. We are to a degree now, okay, because we got this, mindset, but we're still subject to vanity. All right, as the scriptures say, we're in the chains of darkness. We're not free as of yet.
That's right.
But it's coming, man. True freedom is coming.
That's right.
We mentioned, that we need salvation from Esau, but at the same time, really, the first, I like to bring this out a lot. The first captivity is this flesh, man.
That's right.
Okay? Because even if we were in so-called rulership, we would still be in the flesh, still battling, these demons, still going off. This is the first captivity. This right here.
That's right.
Then obviously we're in with the captivity of Esau. But hey, this is the first captivity, man, dealing with this flesh.
That's right. And like the scriptures say, everything got to be done decently and in order. And the Elder Yak always bring this out. Instead of having a negative spirit about what we're dealing with and what we're going through, you got to understand that for us to even be able to get to that level in the spirit, we had to go through this first. That's why that comes first. That's why we're dealing with this now, so that we can then be put in that spiritual form. That's why Yahweh Shai came down as a man, lived his other lives as Adam and Solomon and various others, and then came back as how he is now after he went on the cross. But he had to go through all of the flesh things, all of the man things first, so that he could have the right understanding, just like so we can have the right understanding when we ascend to that level, man. Because anybody, when you cut corners and you jump line on shit, what you end up with is somebody like Esau.
Yep.
Someone who doesn't care. And the brother mentioned that the flesh is the real captivity, because let's say, because we have examples of when Jake was in rulership, and the only time that Jake was in rulership that it worked was when King David and when King Solomon was around. But when Jake was ruling in Rome, when Jake was ruling in the Dark Ages, niggas was doing way more heinous shit than niggas doing now, man. Because them niggas didn't have to answer to nobody. They didn't have to worry about shit. Them niggas was doing all type of low activities. Them niggas was doing all type of wild, idolatry ass shit, You
gotta remember, man, a lot of those, you read about this medieval stuff. Now, a lot of this stuff, you saw torturing Jake, but Jake was involved in that too. You gotta remember, we were in Europe, man. So a lot of Jakes were putting Jakes to death in heinous ways.
That's
and then
right.
Even, I'll say this, even the Northern Kingdom, when they were out here in the Americas,
That's right.
Like in specific, the so-called Mexicans, these Israelites, right? Bro, they would literally have a human sacrifice on those pyramids out there, man.
Daily.
In Mexico City and shit.
Right, daily.
All right, literally, cut a man open, grabbing his heart, bro. Doing some, what I'm saying?
Yeah, drinking the blood, all that type of shit, bro.
Like the movie Apocalypto.
Apocalypto, there we go.
All type of shit.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Because that shit was some
That
wild
type of shit, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Didn't they do that in Mortal Kombat? It was one of the fatalities.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking of, man.
Kano does that.
Yeah, grabbing the heart. You know what I'm saying? They got that from Miss Christ bugging out, man.
Yeah.
Out there in Mexico, man. All right? So like the brother said, hey, Jake was doing more heinous stuff back then. You think it's bad now? They were going wild. And you got to remember, they didn't have guns, man. So what? Wait, when you killed somebody, you were up close and personal. You literally saw their soul leave their fucking body, man.
That's right. Like the Joker said in the Dark Knight movie. Because he didn't kill people with guns. He only dealt with killing people with the knife. And it was for that particular reason. So that he could really be personal with killing you. And when you, like the brother said, back then, even in the battles where it might not have necessarily been wicked to put somebody to death, when you in battle with somebody, you watching the life leave their body. You seeing who they really are in their last moments, man. Instead of how Esau do it, shooting niggas in the face from 20 miles away, pause. You know what I'm saying? And that shows you that he's not a real man and he's not a real warrior, because his whole MO was to find a way to circumvent that mode of having to do battle. Jake wasn't inventing guns. Jake didn't have no problem with swinging a sword on motherfuckers, man. Esau the one that had to come up with shit that allowed him to be able to skip having to do that. You know?
Keep reading just a little more. Read that again, 48.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 48. As is the earthly, such are they also that are earthly. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. And as we have borne the image of the earthly,
and we were born in the image of the earthly, keep going.
We shall also bear the image of the heavenly.
Exactly. So eventually, look, starting with the elect, but it's actually all of Israel, we're going to be changed. But of course, it starts off with the elect,
Right.
2/3 are going to have to, die. hey, the rebels that are around the world, all right, I'll say it, hold on, I don't know if I said that right, Slocky. 2/3 in America are going to be completely wiped out, according to Zechariah, the 13th chapter and the 8th verse, okay? And then there's also going to be rebels worldwide, okay, of our people that don't want to get right. Because the scriptures talk about that in the book of Ezekiel, all right? We're going to have to put them to death, man. Hey, the Yahweh Shai even said it, they don't, those that do, what's that, Luke? Salaki, man, I forgot how it's worded exactly.
I got it right here. I can read it.
Yeah,
Luke 19:27.
19:27.
But those mine enemies, which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me.
That's right. Exactly. So you're going to have the men of the Lord be your executioner, man, very soon. And that's because you didn't want to get right. And like, look, there's going to be a lot of rebels in, South America, Central America, the Caribbean islands, Africa, Asia, wherever a damn rebellious Jake is at, we're going to put him to death, man.
That's right.
All right? See?
Right.
They're going to die, man. They're going to die. The point being, though, is at the end of the day, as the book of Romans says, what? All Israel shall be saved. Okay? So we're all going to have these glorious bodies. These, we're going to have that heavenly image, okay, on us in the kingdom.
That's right.
All right? And the image, it's not necessarily just talking about your look, so to speak, okay? That's a part of it, but it really goes into your conduct, okay?
Right. Not being a nigger.
Yeah, exactly, man. All right? That's another meaning for an image too, man. Okay, your conduct, the way you move, the way you speak, etc., the way you think.
That's right.
Right? But keep reading out.
Verse 50, 1 Corinthians 15 and 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High.
Yep.
Neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption.
Exactly. All right. And this flesh and blood can't inherit the kingdom, man. That's why we got to be changed. All right. That's why we will be changed. Because look, we can't get the laws implanted in us, bro, with this body. There's no way. There is no way. That's how you know we're not in the second covenant, dickhead. All right? You know who that's for.
That's right.
All right? That's how you know we're not in the second covenant, because look, if we were, the laws would be in us. That means we would have to have a new body. There is no way that this body could inherit the kingdom, man. Look, as it said there, what? It said, neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. There is no way. The scriptures say, what? I quoted it earlier, that this flesh is subject to vanity. It's meant to go off. All right? See? Or keep reading out. Actually, I just read.
51. They say, behold, I shew you a mystery.
Yep.
We shall not all sleep, but we shall be changed.
We shall all be changed.
So like, we shall all be changed.
Exactly. And look, what it means by we shall not all sleep, that means that certain brothers, they're not gonna, for lack of words, they're not gonna die in this lifetime.
That's right.
All right. They're actually gonna get beamed up and saved, and they're gonna be transformed, man. Okay. Now, certain brothers, their lot is now some brothers, they may have already died and they're part of the elect. Okay. Like we like to mention out here in Chicago, you had the mighty brother Captain Azaria, all right, Captain Lee, all right. He ended up dying, because you had some fucking 2/3, all right. But it is what it is, But they shot him and he ended up passing away, man. Okay. Well, I believe he's a man of the Lord. I believe he's a part of the elect. He's just waiting right now.
Right.
Okay. And you got the elders in our camp talk about Elder Nate. Okay. He ended up passing away. All right. Then you had all the other mighty men that were the elders of the apostles, man.
Right.
All right. You had the high priest. Yaquab. You had the elder Abba Bivens. That's what I was thinking of. The elder King Masha, etc. Okay.
Right.
These men have passed away, but they're a part of the elect. Okay. Then you have some men that are going to have to die for this word, as it talks about in the book of Revelation.
Right.
Okay. But they're going to be the first risen with Yahweh Shai, it says in the book of 1 Thessalonians.
Right.
Okay? See? But point being though is, look, we're all going to be changed at the end of the day, man. All right? Keep reading now.
1 Corinthians 15 and 52. In a moment, in the twinkling of an
In
eye.
a moment, in the twinkling of an eye.
At the last trump.
Meaning, hey, this last captivity, man, which is now. All right? And oh man, it's beautiful. In a moment.
Right.
Just boom, change. Just immediate. Beautiful, man. Keep reading.
For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
Beautiful. Keep going.
For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality.
Exactly, man. All right? This flesh is going to go, man. We're going to put on immortality. We're not going to die. That's how you know we're not in the second covenant, dickhead.
That's right.
All right? You got to, because look, at any moment, a 2/3 can put you to death. A cop can put you to death. And you could have a fucking stroke and die. You could have a heart attack and die, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they're talking about, oh, we're in the new covenant. Man, you're a fucking clown, bro. All of them, bro. Not even just him, but the whole fucking, the lot of them. Yeah, the whole fucking new covenant gang, man. You're all bug outs, man. Really, man, as I mentioned months back, a lot of you guys, the reason why you believe in that is because deep down inside, you don't want to deal with the afflictions, man.
That's right.
Because I noticed with a lot of them guys who believe in it, they're very bitch made.
That's right.
All right, keep going, though. That's a side note. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading. I gotta think. Shit, keep going.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 55.
No.
54. So when this incorruptible shall have put on incorruption, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Beautiful.
Like the brother said, like the brother said, if we was in a new covenant, we wouldn't be able or susceptible to death. Niggas wouldn't be getting sick no more.
You'll be keeping the laws perfect.
Exactly. You wouldn't even think about going off. Because see, we in a position right now where we doing it to the best of our ability, but you'll be a liar if you didn't say that a thought popped in your head to go off. A demon jumped on you and said something in your ear to go off, man.
You just fall, bro.
Yeah.
Straight up. Shit happens.
Yeah. You know?
Perfect, man. I've had my moments, I'm sure you brothers have had your moments where you know you're like, fuck, I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But that flesh just, it's like it just got you that time.
Yeah.
Shit happens, bro.
And that, because the brother had mentioned that it's a particular spirit that comes with having that type of mentality and thinking that you want to adopt that kind of doctrine. It's really it also comes with a spirit of unaccountability, of I can't make no mistakes.
Right, man.
You know? Now you start going off, but since you saying we in the new covenant, now you don't feel contrite about fucking up no more. Now you don't got a shameful spirit when you go off. It's like the brother said, you gonna go off. But the difference between when somebody that's a man of the Lord go off or when somebody that's a 2/3 go off is the heaviness on their spirit after you do it. You know? It's certain small things, and I learned this living with brothers. Even the smallest of things that even I would say, man, that ain't really that big a deal. You know, you alright, it ain't that serious. We'll have a Jake thinking, man, the Lord will really kill me for this, man.
You'll be in situations that I've lived with brothers. You'll be going through a whole council, you know what I'm saying? Jake get a little heated, you know, you have your moments. And afterwards, man, you'll sit, you'll be in your room, and you sit there thinking, you'll be like, damn, bro, did I talk to a brother, you know, wrong? Is the Lord gonna jack me up for that? You start, you know, really feeling like shit, man. That's why brothers be like, hey, Salaki, you know, you see it in our group chats, like, hey, Salaki, brothers, if I offended you, didn't mean to.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, and brothers be asking for forgiveness and just try to keep it moving, man. You know? That shit really be happening, man. Cause for instance, man, I live with Iwana, right? If Iwana, hey, I love that brother to death, man. You know? But I'll say this, hey, the way we live, I'll put it like this, is different, all right? I'm gonna put it like that. I ain't gonna get into it. We've had our moments, man. You know? And there'll be times I was like, fuck, man, was I out of pocket for, you know, saying this to him? Or, not even, I'll say this, not even what I said, how I said it. That's the main thing, how I said it, you know what I mean? And you know, you like getting a little nervous, like shit, man. I'm gonna get fucked up, man. Lord, you be thinking, man, is the Lord gonna kill me? He's gonna put me out of this truth?
Yeah.
Whatever, you know. So it be happening.
When you got that type of mentality, man, it emboldens you to have a cavalier attitude about shit. So now a brother needs your help and you don't help the brother, you don't think that that's going on. You don't feel like it's been instances where a brother needed my help, I thought they was good. And they end up needing it, and afterwards feel terrible about it for multiple days, man. Because you're supposed to be there for your brother. But see, when you got that we good spirit, now you don't gotta look out for nobody, because it don't matter, we good. Now you don't gotta do this, you don't gotta do that, you don't gotta go out and teach the people no more because we good.
You sound like a Christian.
You know?
Real talk, you sound like a Christian. You know? Keep reading the Bible. You know, it's all good. I mean, it's the spirit, bro. It's gotta come out. You know? Whoever needs to hear it needs to hear it, you know? Shit could just be for us. It don't matter, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he that waters himself, as the scriptures say, man. Keep reading those.
1 Corinthians 15 and 55. Oh, death, where is thy sting? Oh, grave, where is thy victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Exactly. The Lord's going to remember all your labors and works of love. All right? But you got to continue and endure to the end, man, as the scriptures say. You know, we brought it out in the Friday camp. I mentioned it because it's in the book of Ezekiel. It talks about how basically that righteous man just, you know, stop doing those righteous works. The Lord's not going to remember all those old works that he did. You have, it's like you have to continue to the very end. Look, he that dropped, how's it worded? Luke 9 and 62. He that dropped the cloud, all right, is not fit for the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
So roughly paraphrasing it.
It's like when you let's say you live in an apartment and you got this apartment for 2 or 3 years, and for the first 2 or 3 years you lived there, you never missed a rent payment. You was on time. You even was paying shit ahead of time. Fuck around and miss 4 rents in a row. See if they don't try to evict you. Irregardless of what you did for the 2-3 years prior, how you was always on point, whether you dealing with some shit or not. They gonna try to put you out that spot. All that shit you did prior to you missing your payments is not going to be relevant to them. You're not going to be able to pay your rent with that. You can only pay your rent with what you got right now.
That's a lazy mentality, man. The Lord talks about that. He talks about those wicked and slothful servants, you know? The Lord hates a lazy individual. But really, that's not a masculine. I'm glad they're fucking getting rid of them cars, bro. I fucking hate them, man. Like, and it's crazy because I do like muscle cars and shit, man, to a degree. But man, bro.
Not till you give one to a nigga.
You're going half a fucking block, asshole, bro. And you're trying to fucking rev up your shit. To make some fucking noise for some fucking broad. Grow the fuck up, man.
That's black. Like, damn, nigga, go to the fucking go to Lakeview and do that shit, nigga. Don't be down here around these jigaboos doing that shit, man.
You're wild as fuck. You know, but man, what was I saying? That literally, I lost my train of thought. That shit threw me off, man. The Lord hates the lazy. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Basically, it's not masculine, man. All right, the Lord. Look, a masculine man's gonna be attending to things. He's gonna be putting in work. Okay? You see? And even when you look at our forefathers, they were, as the scripture even say, they were industrious. Meaning they worked, they labored. Alright? The Lord likes it. Look at Yahweh Shai, man. He was putting straight work in, man.
Right.
Look at all the prophets of old putting straight work. That's a part of our culture. See, this society that Esau has made, okay, it built up, it's crazy, man. He'll overwork one group of people, right? And then he'll let the other group of people be lazy, slothful, and basically become pieces of shit. Because what happens is you become idle. And idleness, man, it teaches much wickedness, as it says in the book of Sirach, man.
Idle mind is the devil's playground.
As
like
they
say in the world.
All right? See? So, working is a very masculine thing, man.
That's right.
And that's why the Lord requires us to labor, man.
And Esau, that's another way that Esau is wicked, because even for the people in the world that have the spirit of working hard on them, their goal is to work hard so that then they don't have to work anymore.
Yeah.
You know, most of these dudes that got the most money on this earth, they don't do shit, man. They make other people do their work for them. These niggas on the boat somewhere fishing every day. You know?
Yeah.
Instead of working and laboring with their men like a real leader is supposed to.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. They got this it's a meme, it's a picture. There's a difference between a boss and a leader. A boss is the one that's gonna be in the background, telling you to do X, Y, Z, do this, do that. But a leader is gonna be amongst the people, like King David. All right, and they for a visual example, they show you that shit in the movie Gladiator. They respected I forgot the character's name. I don't know why that slips my mind, but the main character, all right, Maximus, they respected him because he was in the battlefield. They show you that in the first scene, man. And all his men were just in the man, just moved, ready for battle, ready to die for that man.
Shoulder to shoulder.
Yep. You know, and that's why Marcus Aurelius, all right, which that was a real man, he would say, look, man, I don't want my son to be the next ruler, okay, of Rome. I want you to be the ruler because, hey, you're out there, you know the people, you have basically, and then he knew his spirit too was righteous.
Yeah.
He's like, basically, he knew his son was a piece of shit.
That's right.
That's why he's like, man, I can't have this kid taking over after I die. He knew he was on his deathbed, man.
That's right.
All right? And then his son found out, and then he ended up putting him to death right there. So, you know, that information or that request, okay, or decree couldn't go out. You know? And then he tried to have fucking the character Maximus put to death, man. You know, and then that's how the whole movie, you know, got started, and he ended up getting, you know, slavery, and then you know the rest of the scene.
And that's never been that sit back in the back and tell niggas what to do. That's never been in Jake's spirit, man. Even when you look at the Vikings, Ragnar Lothbrok, the main Viking of all the Vikings, the one that really started this shit for them, man. He was a dude that was in the shield wall with them. He wasn't a nigga that was sitting at home sending motherfuckers. He was getting on the boats with these niggas to go and do what they had to do. Jake always had that in their spirit. Going back to the early days, you know, with King David and men like that. But that's always carried up into who we are, man. Esau is the one that's in the spirit of, I'm gonna hide in the back and let you, that Ramsey Bolton spirit. I'm gonna go hide in the castle and let all these people die, but I'm not gonna do shit though. That's a woman's spirit, man. That's weak. You're supposed to be working, man.
Hey, quick side note too for you brothers, if you don't know, Marcus Aurelius was an Israelite, by the way.
Right.
Okay. That was during the time where, you know, it was going from that what they call scholars call, you had the pagan Roman Empire and you had the Holy Roman Empire.
Right.
That was during that time period of the Holy Roman Empire. All right, where Jake was in power, okay, ruling Europe.
That's right.
All right. That's why we say we got a lot of our people amongst Esau, because Jake was they were the kings, man.
We was kings.
We was kings, man.
They got that what you call it at the museum? At the museum right now, I forgot
Exhibit.
Exhibit. Yeah, they got the first kings of Europe.
Yeah, I want to see
that.
that.
The field museum downstairs.
And I'll say this, man. If you go to Europe, see the thing, hey, it's funny because we had another guy. We had this one Jake. He was a little bugged out, but you know, he believed in the scriptures to a degree, and he was one of them older heads, probably like 50s, maybe hit 60s, and he was in the army, so he's traveled around the world. And he said he was based in, I think, Rome, in like France, right? and he mentioned because he said that because he asked us, well, why do you believe that you're Israelite? And I said I believe in the scriptures. When I heard it, it resonated with my spirit immediately. Really, I didn't even hear the scriptures at first. Somebody told me I was Israelite, and I didn't even deny it. I was like, okay, yeah, I believe it. Literally, I didn't even know anything about the scriptures. I didn't even hear a precept get pulled out. I believed it immediately, bro. Okay? And but that was just whatever my situation. But the point being though is he said that he started believing when he was stationed out in Europe, because when he went into the churches, to the museums, they showed Jake in rulership, man. They showed how the paintings of the Most High, Yahweh Shai, Joseph, Mary, the apostles, the disciples, how they were so-called black men, okay, and women.
The pre-iconoclast images, or iconoclast, I don't know how you would say it, like as a verb, but pre-iconoclasm images.
Right? You see? And then they that's just going into like the heavenly pictures, the for lack of words. But hey, man, you have Jake, bro. They're on coins. All right, they're in paintings.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
but
yes.
What do you call it? The armor.
The coats of armor.
The coats of armor. There we go. All right.
Sorry.
On flags. Hey, even to this day, you go to Italy, man. You had that Moor. Where's that at, bro? Man, it's in is it Sicily? I believe the flag of Sicily. Look up the flag of Sicily real quick. They got the Moors on there, man. They got Jacob with the bandana, bro. And it's a dark Jake like this brother, man. I'm saying dark, man. All right, with the little, like afro, and he's got that fucking bandana. Reminds me of Mataz, man. Every time I see it, I just think about Mataz. Mataz, he wears bandanas a lot. You know what I'm saying?
They changed the flag now. It got like this Versace logo. It's the flag now.
Yeah,
but I know the flag you're talking about. It's still red, white, and green.
Yeah. Put black or put more flag like Italy or something. Some under those lines. It should come up more really. All right. But it shows. Point being though, Jake. Okay, the bandana on
right here.
Yeah, that is the one. Right? Okay.
Sardinia. It's Sardinia.
Okay, which is near Sicily. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right here, show the Bible shot.
That's the flag of Sardinia.
All right, but right there, that's just one relic, okay, one artifact that shows that we were in rulership, man. Look up the book Nature Knows No Color, and it shows how Jake was ruling in Europe, okay, all over, man, from Sweden to Italy to Portugal, France, etc., Germany.
Yes, and if I may, these are, Switzerland, Germany, these supposed to be the places where the whitest people on the planet come from, according to Esau. And to this day, in Germany in particular, as far as things that I know, multiple statues of Jake's in Germany. I'm gonna show a couple of them right now on the deal here.
Elder Malcolm I had just went over did a video a few months back with one of those Russian icon paintings, and they had the chariots, I believe, and they was hovering over the Israelites, taking Edomites into captivity.
Beautiful. Oh, look at that, man. So, and then mind you too, they'll make fun of these Edomites, or these what they would say Europeans. So you see these statues, the brother just showed it to you. They make fun of Jake out there. All right, and they put on that blackface, okay, during their parades and whatever special events,
especially in the Netherlands.
Yep, and they mock us, man. Yeah, they mock us, because we were once in rulership and now we're in the slowest state. Jake doesn't know who they are. Hey, just straight up, man, our people act like fucking monkeys all the goddamn time. Hey, you know what? And fuck it, man, worse than monkeys, because monkeys are civilized.
That's right.
All right.
They got this what the brother was talking about right here.
Right there.
They do this in Norway for so-called Christmas. They say that Santa Claus got a black servant, so these niggas paint their face with blackface. It's called Black Pete.
And it's crazy because even with the when you do the whole background, because that is true. Because look, when you do the history, the research, and you look into the history, what they call whom Santa Claus is, right? What's his real name?
Saint Nicholas.
Saint Nick. All right, I believe what was it? Russia, right? Russia. He was with the, he was an Israelite. He could have been light skinned. I'm not really too sure, but point being, though, he was an Israelite. Okay, giving out gifts to the poor and the needy. You think Esau is gonna do that?
That's it.
Edomite doesn't care if you're starving, bro. You got your ribs showing, man. Okay. Hey, man, they show you that in what is that? What cartoon? With Donald Duck and Mickey Mouse and all that. Fantasia.
Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, that one.
The Christmas story.
Yeah. Okay, they show you that with the they had like nothing, man, and you had the Donald Duck or whoever it was.
It was Scrooge McDuck.
Yeah, Scrooge McDuck. They didn't want to give him nothing, man.
Didn't even want to let Jake take a day off, man.
Nope.
This is the picture you're talking about. This St. Nicholas right here.
Yeah, look, show it, man. Show it. That's a light-skinned Jake, all right? That's the light-skinned Jake, bro. That's it. So yeah, he may have had a companion or two, so to speak, all right? That was helping him out. You know what I'm saying? The fuck? Hey, these Edomites are just, they're fucking
devils.
mad,
They're
bro.
devils,
They're
man.
fucking mad. Hey, get that scripture, man, where it talks about how they're mad because of the blessing. Was it Genesis 27, if I'm not mistaken? Or 25, I forget where it's at, one of those two chapters. No, the 27th chapter.
Con, where we.
Yeah. He read about Isaac's death, and he said, after I'm done weeping, then I'm gonna kill my brother Jacob because of the blessing.
You want me to start at the top where he first started coming in to deal with him, or you want me to just read it?
Fuck it, man. Read where we
All right, Con.
because let's get the whole background, right?
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27, and verse 30. And it came to pass, as soon as Isaac had made an end of blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father.
Yeah, when you read up a little, you don't have to, but when you read up above, it goes into how our forefather Isaac blessed our forefather Jacob, okay, with basically the kingdom, okay? Talk about how, hey, these other nations are going to serve you, your brother's going to serve you, you're going to have the fatness of the earth, okay? You're going to have the dew of heaven, you see?
Right.
Keep reading.
It's like,
Talk.
and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from his hunting, and he also made savory meat, and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly, and said, who? Where is he that hath taken venison and brought it me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest, and have blessed him, yea, and he shall be blessed.
And he shall be blessed. So it was already given to him. Keep going.
And when he,
that blessing was given to Jacob.
Con,
All right, keep going.
basically, it ain't no takebacks.
Yep.
Verse 34, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father,
And you gotta imagine, you think about this. They still do it to this day. When a white person, okay, gets mad, they throw the biggest tantrum. The biggest tantrum out of everybody in this world. That's how you, right there alone, when you think about the nations of the world right now, it describes so-called white people, Edomites, to the T, man.
that's right,
To the T.
that's right.
Look at the Karens, all right?
From the movie American Psycho about the little cards, on American Psycho about the cards, always took a definitely dropping the dollar. They like, we finna kill him. They killed him because he didn't want to deal with it. Like, man, so yeah, this nigga.
Then when they get caught with the crime, they always got them crocodile tears, man.
That's right.
Boo-hoo.
Hey, man.
Why me,
That's right. And all these other heathens, they know that they don't have a part in the kingdom either. They know that they're going to get subjugated too. But Esau the one that kick up the most dust about this shit.
Yep.
I never seen a Moabite on any of the videos I ever watched. I never seen a real Moabite, a real Ishmaelite, a real any of these other heathens come up crying and saying that it's not fair. They just deal with it. Ishmael might try and talk that Islam shit, but once you cut him, Ishmael just gonna take that shit and keep it moving, man.
Yeah.
Esau always wanna
Like
cry.
Little man, and,
Yeah.
You know, and then he parts ways with his weapons.
No, you good. Esau gonna cry. Esau gonna act like a bitch. The only person that cry uglier than Esau is the goddamn black woman, man.
Bruh.
Ugly. Soft as hell, crying like a pussy, man.
Y'all seen that video with the young Edomite who dressed up like a nun? He was walking around yelling at him, like, why the fuck you wanna be your slave?
Yeah. You gotta think about, see, and like the Apostle Gabar say, you gotta visualize this stuff when you're reading it. When I read about how Esau was crying, it make me think about in The Godfather when they cut that horse's head off, and they put it in the kite's bed, and the Amalekite woke up and seen the horse, and he started screaming. Then they cut to outside the house. You all the way outside of the property, you still hear this nigga screaming.
Right.
You know? 5 miles away from the damn house, this nigga Tom getting on the plane, you still hear this nigga screaming.
Yep.
And that's how Esau was crying, man. You gotta see this shit, man. All right, let me keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Fine. And Esau, this is Genesis 27:34. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, bless me, even me also, O my father. Birds flying away and shit, because this nigga crying. You know? Verse 35. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved the blessing for me? And this is another way that you can identify who Esau is. Because the way Esau just said this, how it's written, it make it seem like he got fucked over. And he really didn't. Because when the birthright was exchanged, that was a fair exchange and agreement that Esau agreed to.
Yep.
He wasn't held at, well, it wasn't no guns back then, but his life wasn't threatened. He didn't get strong armed. He decided to make that deal, and he thought he was going to renege on it and just go and get the blessing from Isaac, man. And the Lord didn't have him chosen from the beginning.
That's how Esau does it, man. He likes to not tell the full story. He'll tell a half story, then throw some lies in it too.
That's right.
You know, if let's say if he is telling the full, the quote unquote truth, right? It'll never be the full spectrum of the situation. It'll just be his point of view and what he wants to tell you.
And in reality, he's not even going to tell you his point of view. He's going to make some shit up that just paints him like the victim.
Lying.
You know, like these, and we brought this out at camp yesterday, like these South Africans, that these Hamites kicking out of South Africa now, these quote-unquote farmers. Nigga, less than 50 years ago, you motherfuckers was putting Hamites and Jakes to death, locking niggas up in jail, beating the shit out of niggas on the street, kicking niggas off their land that they own for generations. And now that these people finally have decided they're not gonna take that shit no more, and they want to take their possessions back, now they evil, they wicked.
This is racist.
Why isn't anybody doing anything about this? Why are they just letting these people come and kill these white people?
They use that excuse about everybody died out and laws was passed, so now that shit is keeping there. No,
Yeah.
that shit is, that's them people land.
Because guess what? The scriptures let you know how you're supposed to deal with every situation. When somebody deals with you unrighteously, or somebody deals with you in a foul and undercut manner, it's a way that the scriptures prescribe to deal with that. Esau like to fuck you up however, fuck you over however he wants to. Then he want to tell you how he gonna pay you back for that. He want to give you what he want to give you to say that it's square. So like the brother just said, oh, but we made laws for you and we did this and we did that. We still got all this shit we took from you. We still ain't brought back nobody that got killed. You still had to go sit 20 or 30 years in the joint for no reason. But we gonna write some shit on a piece of paper that we not even gonna acknowledge anyway, to be clear. Because they don't acknowledge none of the shit that they say they gonna do.
Yeah, man.
You know?
They steal all this land. And then they say, okay, we're gonna give you some land. What, the worst in America? The inhabitable parts in there? You can't habitat in the middle of the goddamn desert.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
Are you kidding me, man?
That's right.
Because the majority of where these reservations are, they're all in the desert states, okay? Or some bugged out part in like South Dakota, North Dakota.
That's right.
So it's even colder up there.
That's right.
How am I supposed to survive that?
That's right. And quiet as kept, they sent a lot of these jakes from down here up to Canada too.
Yeah. Oh,
it's a lot of jakes that's up there in Canada in the middle of nowhere freezing, just like the brother said, man, dying. These Gadites dying by the thousands every year, man. No running water. See, I done been on one of these reservations before, man. They fucked up out there, man.
Then if they want your land, like how they did, I forget where that was there with that pipeline.
That was South Dakota.
Yeah, okay, South Dakota. Oh, we found some oil over here. Well, we're gonna need your shit.
Yeah.
Well, so you can move to that corner now. No, but
right.
We don't want to. Well, we don't give a fuck. We're gonna move you out anyways, and we're taking this oil.
Yeah.
But don't do it. It's gonna mess up our water. We don't give a fuck. That's Esau, man.
That's right.
Be happy. You got a corner.
That's right.
Fucking asshole.
And see, and that's the thing. They'll tell you that things was made square. What no representatives, what no Jake representatives in the room when none of these deals was made that you motherfuckers talking about, man. Like the brother said, you choose what you want to give, Jakes. When you find shit that you deem valuable, niggas gotta move. You know, motherfuckers die, it don't matter. But it's a way that the scriptures say that you gotta get paid back, man. The blood, see, this land can't be cleansed unless the one that spilled the blood is spilled on the land, man. And that's why a lot of you Edomites gonna die. And the rest of you gonna go into slavery, man. Because like it say in the scriptures, man, if shit was eye for eye, tooth for tooth, motherfuckers wouldn't be going to foul. The only people that talk about we don't agree with that is niggas that's fucking people over, man. You know? The only ones that don't agree with eye for eye, tooth for tooth is the people that's taking eyes, man.
Exactly, bro. Look, man. Put it like this, you know, you got all these little, stick-up boys, these Kia boys and all that. Bro, if they get caught, the scriptures talk about, if a thief gets caught and all that, this is the punishment for it. You have to give that product back, plus, I forgot how, I think it's like 3 or 4-fold. I gotta look at the exact number. But it's a lot, man. So imagine, okay, you stole a car. You have to give back that car and then give 4 more back.
That's right.
An additional 4. Trust me, people, once you start, your bank account is affected, your pockets are affected, trust me, people will start acting different. Or, like the brother said, oh, eye for eye, for tooth for a tooth, man. Hey, you fucking took out my eye, I'm gonna take out yours. Trust me, people wouldn't really be getting into fights and stuff with you, man.
That's right.
Or you're getting put to death for committing adultery. Trust me, a motherfucker would think twice, bro.
That's
like,
it.
Damn, man. Hey, last week, man, I just saw, buddy over there get fucking stoned to death. I don't think it's a good idea.
And just to add on to that, motherfuckers not just gonna see it. You required to participate in stoning this nigga.
Oh yeah, yep.
You don't got no. You gonna stone this nigga, or we got something for you too. Cause that's how you drive the point across, man.
Oh, and then the other thing too is, if you see a lot of Jakes, they see shit, but they don't say, they don't say anything. Hey, look, no, I don't want to push what Esau says. See something, say something, right? Okay? Because that's what you're supposed to do. Because look, if you don't basically tell what's going on, you can get put to death for that shit.
You're an accessory to that.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, look, man, the laws are perfect, bro.
Con,
Yeah, just finish this up, y'all.
I got a quick one right here. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 41, and verse 7. I'm going to start at 6. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 41, and verse 6. The inheritance of sinners' children shall perish, and their prosperity shall have a perpetual reproach. So, all this shit that Esau got through the unrighteous dealings, reneging on deals, fucking people over, killing motherfuckers while they sleeping, and the whole gambit. All of this stuff is never, they can't feel secure. Even in their glory, the Lord never allowed them to feel secure, man. That's why they always so hard on Jake. Now we in the day where shit is coming out and real information is being revealed, and Esau don't got a bottleneck on information like that no more. So now these Edomites that quote unquote, because they did this shit, they coming back in another lifetime. They did this shit back then, but in their mind they don't think they did none of this shit. But they still have to bear the burden of the shame that comes with all this shit that they got. Because at the end of the day, first of all, like I said, you did do this shit. You just came back in the reincarnation and your mind was wiped. Pause. But even if you didn't, let's say you were a new person and you didn't have no participation in none of this shit. If you really had the right spirit, you'll give niggas they shit back, man.
Still benefit off of the atrocities that your forefathers did, you know?
Because none of these motherfuckers is complaining on their estates. None of these motherfuckers is complaining.
Yeah, they're not complaining in Glen Cove, Winnetka. They are on those boats in Lake Michigan.
That's it, man. None of these motherfuckers, a lot of these Edomites that got all this money, they got this money and their companies that they dealing with been established since niggas was in chains, man. That's how they got their money built up. A lot of these banking institutions, especially in England, insurance, even certain clothing companies and things like that, like Brooks Brothers is an example. These companies got built up from investing in slavery, man. None of these niggas want to give none of that shit back. All they want to do, like we said earlier, is make it square on their terms. Well, we think this is enough to make it square for you, so we'll just say sorry and write a law, and you niggas just gonna have to take that, and we're square now. This verse 7. The children will complain of an ungodly father.
Which we see now, okay? A lot of these Edomites hate being white, man.
Right.
I keep going.
Because they shall be reproached for his sake.
Exactly. And then you see, this whole, there's a new term, critical race theory, which is really, it's facts. The point being, you got a slew of these Edomites that are upset about truth coming out. And I'll say this, and one of them, I believe he's Jake, though. That's just my opinion. But Vince Vaughn, man. He's one of those, in terms of celebrities, right, that are complaining about it.
Yeah.
All right, but keep reading out. Did you finish that?
I'm going to go down.
No. Go to that Genesis. We got to finish it off. We got to wrap it up.
It's like right here. This verse, Genesis 27:35. And he said, thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, is not he rightly named Jacob, for he hath supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered, and he said unto Esau, behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given him for servants. And with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Being basically a big crybaby, okay? Salakia. But basically being a big crybaby because he didn't get, a blessing. All right, keep going.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above.
Exactly. So Esau, hey, he was at one point to get the world, man. All right, to own it. All right, that's why the scriptures say what Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is it the
beginning of it that follows.
All right, Esau was to get this world first before us.
That's right.
And say this blessing is playing out as we speak.
That's right. This Genesis 27:40. And by the sword shalt thou live.
Yeah, by that sword. So you're gonna, what does it say? The thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and destroy.
That's right.
That's all Esau has done. That's how he's gotten everything. This guy's not inventive. He's not a genius. Okay. He's not that mighty. It's just because he's got that sword there. His blessing. Keep going.
That's right. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
And that happened during the time of King David. Okay. I'm not going to get too much into it, but just to let you brothers know. Keep going.
And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. Keep going.
I'm going to start at the top of that again.
Okay.
This Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Yep, and that's what we're seeing now. All right, Esau's still butthurt about the blessing. Okay, and that's why he's trying to kill us and trying to take that blessing from us, man. But it ain't happening.
That's right.
All right, but that pretty much it.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, then we'll end it off with that.
All right, this is Matthew 26:52. Then said Yahweh unto him, put up again thy sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword.
Exactly. And hey, you know, that was Esau's blessing, and that's also his curse too, man.
That's right.
All right. Hey, yeah, you were able to get this world, you know, with the sword. Hey, but you're gonna die with that sword.
That's right.
All right. But with that, you know, we gotta end this lesson. Hopefully, it was edifying. And with that, we're gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakodash.
Also, double honors to the apostles. That was the great millstone, and salutations to all you brothers out there. Shalom and a Baba Ball.
Baba Ball.